there is magic to be played. And of course, Andrew Tenjum.
Yeah, because having more land is definitely a sign of magic to be played.
Well, there will be.
And coming up next, we have the 37 land mirror.
Oh, I love that. All right, so this land actually reminds me a little bit of the 42 land deck, because look at the lands here. There's an Nantuko Monastery. All these loam decks always have cool land packages because they're playing Life in the Loam, which means you want to bring back cool lands, like cycling lands, like wastelands. He's got a Grove of the Burned Willows. He's got Nantuko Monastery. So Kurt being on the play is such a huge advantage if he was. But since Andrew's on the play, he can dodge an early Chalice by at least getting some juice out there. So let's see what he can do.
We have a broken sleeve and twisted cards situation under control.
Deathrite Shaman.
This is definitely the dream turn 1. I mean, this is like what it's like to play Jund and play a Farseek on turn 2.
Oh,
right?
yeah, definitely. Well, he drew the Chalice, and he had the Mox. He had the turn 1 Chalice for 1, but now he can't do it. Then again, turn 1 Chalice against this deck is not as good. He can, but looking at this deck, there's not many things he stops. He stops 4 Brainstorm, he stops the remainder Deathrite Shamans, but that's about it. I still think you're going to do it, though, because it doesn't hurt him in the slightest.
Well, the alternative is you can save it to put on 0
for
to stop Ancestral Visions.
Which might be better. But he's going to, he has Sylvan Library. Easy decision here.
Yeah, so he still saves it.
Yeah, it's definitely saving it.
But you never know.
You force a will this, definitely. Whenever Sylvan Library is an auto force a will.
You're talking about Necropotence?
Yes.
You force a will Necropotence? That's weird.
Force a will Necropotence. Sylvan Library is an odd one, too, because not many people, even the green decks, Maverick played 1. If I was playing a deck that had access to Sylvan Library, I'd just play a couple of them. It's such a cool card.
Yeah, that's not really totally how Legacy players get down.
Yeah.
I will say that Kurt Crane has 2 Sylvan Libraries.
And in Legacy, that's like 6 or 7, right? So it's good enough.
Well, not when you don't play Brainstorm.
Oh, yeah, we were Brainstorm-less. He has Cycling Lands and then Life in the Loam. That's his card draw engine.
So which of these lands does Kurt Crane not play? Bojuka Bog, Caracas, Nantuko Monastery, Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale, Dryad Arbor, Maze of Ith, or Forgotten Cave?
I know the answer.
Tweet at us at SCG Live. Let us know which of those lands does Kurt Crane not play in this particular abomination. At least not in his main deck.
Right. All right, so Andrew has, of course, a Starlet. We talked about that he wants the Deathrite Shaman on turn 1. I suspect he has a Shardless agent here. Andrew actually pretty famous for playing this deck too. He's been playing it in the last X Opens I've seen, a good amount of them.
So Deathrite Shaman helps cast a Tarmogoyf, and then we see a second Deathrite Shaman. Tenjum is all in.
Yep, not a bad place to be. However, Devastating Dreams can be
devastating. Yeah, okay.
There we go.
You know what would be very effective?
What's that?
Punishing Fire.
Yes.
It's a little tricky to try to hit 2 different Deathrite Shamans before your Punishing Fire gets
I think you can do it, though.
But if he had a Grove of the Burned Willows, which he does.
He has a Grove, yeah.
Yeah. If he had Grove of the Burned Willows, he can go punish, get it back immediately.
Yeah. I think his hand is a bunch of land and a Chalice. He's got one of the spell there.
He does put the Chalice on 1.
All right, a little late, but you can't brainstorm.
Can you think of how different this game would be if he was on the play?
Oh yeah.
I guess his Chalice would have been Force-willed.
Right, but then he would have got the Sylvan Library out.
The Sylvan Library.
We'd have a real exciting game. And here's Chalice, kind of like I guess a dark horse, a rogue card in Legacy. It's a card like Blood Moon where if resolved early on, it's just devastating and some decks just can't beat it.
A lot of people don't know this. Chalice of the Void is actually Gary Wise's invitational card.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, seriously. It was the Wise Totem.
Really?
And yeah, Wizards of the Coast liked his design so much, they actually just repurposed it for one of the sets.
That's cool. That's cool. Definitely the mana cost is it's a very fair card. I like the design of it. It's pretty good. Definitely,
Hall of Famer Gary Wise. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Andrew drew a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Not a bad one.
Yeah. So right now there is something in play that Jace is better than all.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
Does Kurt have any outs? I mean, what's he hoping to draw here? I mean, obviously he doesn't have any business right now.
He would have to just.
He has a Green Sun Zenith. He does have a Green Sun Zenith, but what can he even go get?
I mean, the only card he can get that does anything is Neither Reliquary, but even here against Jace is just pretty inefficient.
Yeah, because if he gets Gaddock Teeg, Neither Reliquary, or Tarmogoyf, any one of them is just going to get bounced by Jace.
Yeah. At this point...
He needs a Devastating Dreams, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing he can really do.
Does Devastating Dreams hit players? I think it's just creatures and lands, right? I think it's creatures. Like, who pulled up on the
Can we
screen?
pull up Devastating Dreams?
I think it deals X damage with the cards you discard.
Devastating Dreams is just everything we need right now, though. Because you can always just lie to yourself and pretend that Jace is not going to draw anything good.
Leave nothing in play. And, yep.
Each creature,
each
but
creature.
next turn, you can then draw
Pyroblast?
Punishing Fire. He has growth.
Right.
Punish Jace, punish him again.
Yep. Continue to punish
He's got Sylvan Library. So, I mean, he's got some sweet cards.
I think Sylvan Library's going to meet a Maelstrom Pulse that Andrew drew.
I love him.
Just to stop. Oh, there's a him too. I mean, just the
nice thing about him to Turok here is obviously the fact that it lets him knock the hand low enough that he doesn't have enough cards to Devastating Dreams away at Tarmogoyf.
They were ridiculing me when I was playing the last tournament because I refused to Fate Seal. I brainstormed Cedric Phillips and Osip. So I refused to brainstorm, Fate Seal. I brainstormed literally every turn. You know why? Because why not? How can you lose when you draw your whole deck, right? And I was just easily skating by this elf player. See, drawing cards I've learned in Magic is probably one of the better things to do. Real fun. And he is also brainstorming here, even though he's got everything he ever could want. And we're going to Shardless. I wonder if he knows the next card.
Oh, that's weird.
And he does.
Him to Turok.
That's weird.
So Crane has nothing.
Nada.
And he's facing Looming Doom.
Looming Doom?
Yeah, the worst kind of Doom.
Looming Doom?
No, he doesn't have Life from Low. I don't think he's got time to be doing any loaming. I think he's going to have to, particularly when you've got a Deathrite Shaman, which is threatening to remove the Grove in order to also remove something else for more damage.
Yep. All right, so I think the right play here is pay life to kind of expedite. No, I'm just kidding.
The Glenn Jones fall on it. Like, do you have a sword I can borrow so that I can speed the process up?
This is just a real tough situation here. It shows you the power of Jace. Even if he deals with all the creatures, this is some looming planeswalker
Jace
floating above all.
Kurt hasn't even played any cards to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, this is Legacy. You don't even need to do that. Sometimes you have to use so many cards with cards that just do nothing. There's just literally so much air in some of these decks.
There's a lot of pondering and preordaining and brainstorming. A lot of times you just do nothing. And then sometimes you go Deathrite into Shardless, into Tarmogoyf, into another Deathrite into Jace, you know.
Dude,
depends.
You know what would be sick? Tradewind Rider. If people are just going to do a whole bunch of nonsense, like he's sitting there with, I have Abrupt Decay, and I'm just playing a bunch of cards. If you had Tradewind Rider,
that card was sweet.
You got to get it down before the Jace.
How about Opposition? That's a card I want to play.
Dude, Opposition.
Oh, that card is so sweet, man.
Young Pyromancer with Opposition.
All right. Trademarking it to see.
Dude, are you sure that Drew Levin hasn't already broken this?
I don't care. It's mine now. I'm going to start writing my article right now. We'll do it's in the books. Why is it Opposition? Whoa, that was in 7th edition, right? God, why wasn't it in 8th edition? We could play in Modern. One set off.
Man.
Just one set. So close.
I could get into some Opposition in Modern.
Oh, yeah.
Not as much as I could get into some Jace the Mind Sculptor, but...
Right, I mean, they're the same converted mana cost.
That's correct.
They do similar things.
So, Andrew, continuing the Legacy theme of casting lots of spells and then shipping the turn. Kurt Crane, the other end of Legacy, looking at a lot of cards and then doing nothing. Hacks his cards in. All right,
game 2. All right, so we have sideboard situation here. Andrew Tenjum has a flurry of cards, a fluster of cards.
Dude, what's the second best Planeswalker in Legacy?
Liliana the Veil.
Is it Liliana the Veil? Seems like it would be.
And then Elspeth a distant third. Brian Brondue would argue and say Garrett Relentless because he's been known to play one of those in his
That's not bad.
His bug deck. So,
we've seen more Chandra Pyromasters today than we have Elspeth.
And we've seen more Chandra Pyromasters than we've seen a Johnny also. I guess
Johnny Wengeant as my good friend and longtime team Emmanuel Booker would say.
Wengeant. Close enough. All right, so we see the Notion Thief in the sideboard. We've seen the popularity of that card skyrocket in Legacy. That's not good here, but he does have the 2 Nihil Spellbombs like every other bug player has. Those will be hurried in his deck as an answer to Life from the Loam, because in this situation, it looked like the Loam player is just kind of like laying back and not able to get anything going. Sometimes he can really just wasteland you out of the game. 4 wastelands and then multiple life from the loams can equal devastation for any player. So.
Oh, particularly if there's a quick chalice on one, so that you don't even have access to things like Deathrite Shaman or Brainstorm to help fix your mana or give you more of it.
Exactly, and if he does chalice for 1 on the play here, and Andrew has in the Hell Spellbomb, he can't even get that in play. So definitely a chalice game this game. So besides the Hell Spellbomb, he don't really have anything for this matchup. He has Submerge for the 4 Knight of the Reliquary. He didn't even see a Knight of the Reliquary. He saw, but he has to assume it's there. Any Loam deck, any well-respecting member of the Loam Society would bring in or have Knight of the Reliquary. So
that's true.
I would assume we have Submerge coming in the Hell Spellbomb from his side. On the other side, let's see.
Well, I mean, Maelstrom Pulse could be an answer to Tarmogoyf if you're into inefficient answers. Oh, he hits Jace. That's the big one. Yeah. And Dreadbore, more importantly. Devastating Dreams would have been that good, good that game, so he might bring it in there. Perish, definitely respectable. Yeah. Perish is a solid answer.
I see a Thoughtseize there. That's going to be coming in, I'm pretty sure here. So a few things.
I don't know. I don't even like Thoughtseize.
Perish is definitely,
Perish is going to be great.
Yeah. The only reason Thoughtseize is decent in this, on the play, you get to stop all shenanigans. There's no way that he can Brainstorm, defense himself out of it. He can't really, suspend Ancestral Visions. You can snag that one too.
Yeah, I think that the Thoughtseize is mostly just a Burning Wish target, and I think that you want the Thoughtseize against a combo deck. The loss of the tempo in this matchup is so harsh, particularly when your plan is to chalice on 1 anyway.
Does he have anything good or bad to take out? It's a question. He has Punching Fire, which is insane against Deathrite Shaman. Sometimes.
Yeah, it hits Charles and
Jace. I think you leave those in. So then, what do we cut here?
Legacy. Who the hell knows?
Gaddock Teague only stops 2 copies of Jason Miceholm, so that's coming out.
Force of Will.
Force of Will. I'm pretty sure he's going to board Force of Will out.
Yeah, because it's Legacy.
Yeah, it's Legacy.
Legacy, the format where you put Force of Will in your deck so that you can take it. You have something to take out every round.
It makes it easy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, sideboarding is tough. I like it when it's easy. All right, so
when was the last time we saw anybody with Force of Will keep their Force of Wills in their deck?
And when we see a Force of Will versus a combo deck, is about it. Funny thing is, against Elves, I keep all 4 forces in because you have to stop natural order because that is a nightmare. So, all right, so we have Loam, turn 1, go. Remember, Loam has 0 1-drops in his deck, so if he doesn't have the Mox Diamond, he can literally do nothing.
He does have the hope of, he's got the Dryad Arbor, right?
Do you like Thalia in this
Yeah,
matchup?
he does have Dryad Arbor to go get with Green Sun Zenith.
Do you like all the Thalias he brought in? Because Thalia seems like it hurts him more. He has to wait longer for all of his spells. He's just an all-spell deck.
It has First Strike. It can fight a Shardless Agent or a Baleful Strix and live to tell the tale.
It can. It can do that.
For those of you wondering about our trivia challenge, out of Caracas, Bojuka Bog, Nantuko Monastery, Forgotten Cave, Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale, Dryad Arbor, and Maze of Ith, the one that Kurt Crane does not have access to is Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale.
Yeah. That land...
If you tweeted at us, you won nothing. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah. That land taps for 0. It's not very good.
It doesn't even tap for 0.
Yeah. All right, excuse me. It unable to tap for mana. How about that?
So Nantuko Monastery dropping the Chalice on 1.
That's where we want to be.
Which is super effective against a turn 1 creeping Tar Pit, which did not have a chance to cast Brainstorm or Deathrite Shaman. Neither of which Andrew actually has.
But still, yeah.
But, obviously, as we mentioned, Chalice is not at its best in this matchup.
No.
Andrew has a nice, diverse mix of casting costs, and he even has Abrupt Decay to get out from under it in a pinch.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I think Andrew kept the 6-land hand.
No, with Force of Will.
Yeah. He actually has 2 spells now, but I saw him draw spell. So either he kept a 5-land hand or a 6-land hand. I think it was a 5-land hand. 5-land hand, no Brainstorm. It's pretty rough. All right, here's Thalia.
Yeah, who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good, right?
Looks real good.
I
bet you Andrew's next card will be a creature here. And it is a Baleful Strix.
Which can't successfully block Thalia.
Right. This is true. Alright, so we're going to be playing our Baleful Strix. It's a pretty good draw here. So Andrew, despite keeping a pretty land-heavy hand, has drawn a couple spells here. He did keep Force of Will in, so shows us. Force of Will is really good against Devastating Dreams, though, because it's additional costs for those watching, and That would be a nightmare. Discard all these cards, get countered. I remember back in Extended when the Nostalgia Dreams was played with the Mind's Desire, the old early Harvest deck, and you would remand that card, and it would just be the old shot to the gut there. Discarding all your cards is not fun. You did mention in a, what was it? You said a top 8 of a Grand Prix where somebody won with nothing in their hand to survive against the Ebony Owl deck.
Yeah, top 32 of the
top 32
of the Pro Tour in Hawaii that Mark Heasy himself, Herbert Halls, won with his red green Gruul deck.
Grueling Gruul. I went 2-4 that Pro Tour. I was pretty proud of it. Pretty good. Played Quicken Wrath of God combo deck.
Yeah,
So
Quicken
Bill-
making a big comeback last week, top 8ing the Grand Prix in Japan.
I think Quicken's a sweet card. I mean, right now the sorcery count is pretty low, but it can only get better.
Yeah, I think Delver just wanted to have as many cheap cantrips as possible.
Yeah.
All right. Plus, honestly, I think there's just a lot of people in the world who want Mike Flores to be right. So Thalia swings in. Kurt Crane, in keeping with the trend of Legacy, cannot cast any spells. He has no land, once again. Andrew Tenjum, meanwhile, beating down with 1/1 flyers. He goes into the tank, plays Deathrite Shaman. Oh, a quick little check. He checks, and Kurt Crane remembers the trigger.
Counter spell.
So
he can actually cast it. It's just countered. So
yes,
it's,
and honestly, normally I don't think that's that bad of a play. Like if you're playing a deck that can just never get rid of the Chalice, you do it and just see, but
he has Abrupt
what
Decay.
you can't do. Oh no, you can't. You can't miss the trigger yourself though.
Right.
Oh no, yes you can. You can. It's your opponent's trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually. That is a legal play to do on purpose to see if your opponent misses. But considering he has Abrupt Decay in his hand, I don't think I would have ran it.
Right. Especially because last turn, with the Abrupt Decay here, if he has that, he can just untap and play Jace the next turn. But anyway, it's going to be alright. So he's drawn
I will say...
pretty well after this.
Actually, no, he
full
could have just
land.
casted Deathrite Shaman there. No, he couldn't.
Yeah, because they cost 1 for the Thalia.
Right.
Yeah.
But what he could do is just try the Deathrite Shaman anyway.
Yeah,
and just see if it works this time.
Give it another shot. Fool me once. We did that yesterday.
Hey
so.
man, nice shot.
Yeah. So Kurt's going to... he's just stuck on that one land.
Thalia getting in there.
Thalia definitely has done some work. Bad news for him is that Andrew's going to Abrupt Decay the Chalice here.
Is he?
Yeah, because I think he wants to play Jace. Or Deathrite Shaman if he can't play the Jace the next turn.
But if he Abrupt Decays Thalia, he might be able to play Jace next turn.
That's true, yeah. I think you're right. I think he's going to go for Thalia.
Which also, I mean, gives him a little breathing room considering he's on a 6-turn clock.
Yeah.
Or probably a 4-turn clock considering how these Legacy players' mana bases work.
Yeah, a lot of damage yourself. And Modern's no better, though. Actually, much worse, I think. Modern's a nightmare.
Was that a... Huh. That was during the attack phase?
It looks like it.
Because that was during the attack phase, Kurt Crane has access to Mox Diamond for free, which means he can just drop a Thalia again anyway.
Right, yeah.
However,
He's going to force a will this one, though.
Kurt Crane is actually giving some thought to the fact that he can't actually play any cards if he has a Thalia in play. And while a 2/1 first strike is a very effective board presence,
Oh, he's forcing the Mox
he
Diamond.
very cleverly anticipates that his opponent does not realize that he can't win when he has a Thalia in play. So he casts the... Oh no, it's the Force Will of the Mox
Force will of the
Diamond.
Mox Diamond, yeah.
Sick.
Problem with Force will of the Mox Diamond is that you know he has a second land. So,
Don't you have to discard a land as part of a cost to play Mox Diamond?
yes. Yes, you do.
Which, I mean, I don't even know how mistriggers work or whatever, but I think it's an alternative cost.
It's not
And you
trigger.
can't just
cast
yeah, you can't just cast a Mox Diamond without discarding a land.
without
I don't
passing
think.
priority. Yeah.
As it comes into play? Oh, that's the special rules that don't actually apply to... Yeah, they errated it.
Okay.
Magic, the game with no power level errata except for a little bit.
It was too good before.
Well, no, they don't want it to be a Lotus Petal.
Right, exactly.
And I think, honestly, it just comes back to, like, what's it called? Lotus Veil and the other Lotus Veil, the colorless Lotus Veil.
Right, yeah. Talking about the land, too. Remember that
The
land?
lands that if there was any rhyme or reason to anything in this world would just be Black Lotus and Blacker Lotus.
Yeah. Blacker Lotus, pretty fun unglued card. Sees a lot of play in the cubes. Pretty
Does
fun.
it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Power cubes, and there's so many cubes out there.
All right, Kurt Crane's searching up a taiga.
You gotta get into cubes, man. It gives you someone like you that
Dude,
has
I
all
was
this creativity.
cubing in 1994.
Well, time to get back in it. You're getting rusty, and you gotta cube again. Cube again. It's getting better now because the more popular something gets, the better it gets. Look at Magic. 12 million Magic players worldwide.
I was cubing back when we called it sped drafting, the way that it,
I don't think we can call it sped drafting.
Yeah, no, that cubing kind of took off. I think the team sped though doesn't get enough credit for just how much of like the structure of Magic exists because of their creativity, ingenuity, and insanity.
Right. All right. So we have a life
Shout out
alone
to
here.
Team Sped.
3 lands back. He gets to play a land here. I think we're going to see Jason Mind Sculptor. Pretty hard to play other cards, but oh wait, no, he got rid of the Jace. He forced a will that Mox Diamond removing Jace. Oh, that's not bad, right?
Why do you even force a will while Mox Diamond? He's got a land in his hand.
Yeah, that means he has a land in his hand, yeah.
And he hasn't played any land lately. Are you shutting down his colors, maybe?
No, I mean, you are, but there's no point to do so.
I mean, I guess once you have Force of Will in your hand, you have to Force of Will something.
Yeah.
But he does, obviously, Shardless Agent into Ancestral Recall, and
Right.
now have 65 cards in his hand.
Yep.
Including another Force of Will.
Not bad. All right, so Jace got removed. Pretty, yeah. I think
Now he's going to get rid of
it's
life.
a rarity to force a will.
He's going to get rid of
Mox
Life from the
Diamond.
Lobe with Deathrite Shaman, right?
Right. Yes. I think you would force a will a Chrome Mox. I mean, that's a reasonable play.
He has no other artifacts.
No,
Oh,
I'm
Chrome
saying
Mox, right,
yeah.
right.
But definitely not a Mox Diamond.
I mean, you have to really want to shut him down from the colors pretty bad.
Yeah. And knowing that he's playing Loam, he's got so many lands, and it's only a matter of time until he draws one of his 300 fetch lands in his deck to get right back
Despite
in.
Shardless Agent's attempt to get into the red zone, we are seeing the reason why it is actually significantly weaker than the Wild Kolos in at least one respect.
The BBE.
Well, it doesn't have haste.
Right. But luckily it's blue, which may be making it better in Legacy.
Makes it
Definitely
different.
Legacy.
It does make it different.
Yeah. It's funny how when things turn blue, it cards gets a little
Shardless
better.
Agent is like a Wild Kolos that you can actually pitch to Force a Will,
Yeah.
and then instead of having haste, has Cascade.
Yeah. Cascade's pretty good. So what's better, Bloodbraid Elf or Shardless Agent?
Shardless Agent.
Yeah. I agree.
Shardless Agent is that, like Cascade is a mechanic that really, really values every mana cheaper you are.
Yeah.
It's willing to pay a lot of mana to be cheaper.
Yeah. And, it's rewarding this bug deck that I don't mind. I'll hit a Hymn or a Visions or a
You know what would be
Brainstorm.
completely broken?
What's up?
A spell that's like blue-black, Cascade, deal 5 damage to yourself. You bust it in half. Actually, red-green would be even better. But...
Yeah.
All right, so Kurt Crane casting Burning Wish. What do you think he's going to go get?
In this situation, he's got to deal with the creatures at hand. Does he have a Pyroclasm effect? He has the Perish.
He has Devastating Dreams.
Perish would be the best here, I think. Oh, Devastating Dreams would be the best. Oh, wow, this game... Oh, no, Force of Will.
He doesn't even want to know.
Never a reason to Force of Will this unless...
No. There's like, it could be
What is
Life
there?
from the Loam.
Didn't he... Yeah, but Life from the Loam, you're not worried about Life from the Loam.
It could be Chainer's Edict.
I think you wanted to get a Burning or a
Could be
Devastating...
Slaughter Games.
I think you wanted to get Devastating Dreams and then just hammer them. That's what I
Plus,
think.
honestly, it's like that one song, I Don't Want to Know. Like sometimes you don't want to know.
You
Your
don't wanna
heart
know
just
that-
can't take it.
Yeah, can't take it anymore. Yeah, that's a good song. Would you? No, we'll just. This is gonna segue too much. All right, Chalice here.
Yeah, this is going to
For
stop
one.
Andrew from doing nothing. Oh, that's weird.
Brainstorm
He has a
and-
Brainstorm in hand.
Yep.
Huh. All right. Well, there you go.
There we go. Brainstorm will be not cast.
Yeah, plus it's tough. He already did a death rate check earlier to see, and his opponent is the type of person who actually remembers that Chalice of the Void exists.
Yeah. All right, so 3
3 damage getting in there.
bringing you to 6 life.
This is a 2-turn clock, or 1-turn clock now.
Kurt is needing.
Oh, the one card he was hoping to draw. Should have arranged his land in the form of Devastating Dreams.
I think.
I guess he already had Burning Wish, so it's not like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see Kurt just take this game away right now.
You think Kurt's gonna win?
I think so. I think he's gonna be able to Devastating Dreams here for the entire boatload of 5 lands. Play his land.
Why all 5? Doesn't he only need to do 2?
He wants to hit all those lands. He wants to just.
Oh, right, because you want to destroy. It's Armageddon.
Yeah. So we're going to Armageddon here, and then be able to Burning Wish for Life in the Loam, and then just regain.
Does he have any land in his hand?
Juice. He does. He has a bunch of.
Oh yeah, he does.
He has 5 cards in hand. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're going to see Burning Wish for Loam and Devastating Dreams for the maximum, and Andrew is going to have 0 permanents.
Yep. Only thing this will do is Kirk's have to play at the top. But I don't think he has much of a choice. You can't leave Andrew with mana.
Well, he's got Dryad, Arbor, and Wasteland, so he can still cast his Life from the Loam eventually, like next turn.
Well, he has to discard 5 cards to hit all the land. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. Maybe he doesn't actually hit them all.
Yeah, I guess he has to do it for a little bit less.
You could do it for 4, maybe.
Definitely Burning Wish for Life from the Loam here. Now, the problem is, it's additional cost though, so Deathray Shaman can hit that Life in the Loam, so you can't even discard that. Uh-oh. This might not be as good as I thought. Mayday. He's gonna hope that Andrew messes up here, I think.
I don't know. I think he might just Devastating Dreams for less than the full amount.
Okay. He's doing it for 4. Is that random?
It's at random, but maybe he's only doing it for 2.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I like 2 here.
We got a reader.
Yep, doing it for 2. He wants to not hit life here. Oh, he did it for 3. Ooh. I like doing it for 2 there to have a better chance of keeping the loam, right? And
I actually like just keeping the Wasteland in your hand.
Me too, yeah, me too. Yeah.
But hey, you know, no gamble, no future. The good news is Andrew doesn't really have any cards.
Right.
I mean, I don't know though. He gets to keep 2 land, and he has a land in his hand.
Yeah,
so he's going to recover very quickly.
Right.
Actually.
The only chance I think you had to go 1 or 2 ways: either hold the Wasteland and do it for 2, so you have a great chance of keeping the loam, or max out 5, leave Andrew with 0 land, and then just the 1 in his hand and go to top deck mode.
He's even got Wasteland, so I think as long as you just get to loam, you don't need to destroy all of his land right now.
Right. But now, Baleful Strix.
So that's a 4-turn clock.
Yeah. Also, every time you draw a card in Legacy, it gets pretty exciting. Is that Force of Will?
It's Wasteland.
Wasteland, okay. There's alternate art. Oh, man. Chalice for 0 here, maybe? Oh, yeah.
Plays a Chalice for 0, shutting out Ancestral Visions.
He almost had 2 Chalice for 1. That would be a Nombo, if you will. Alright, so Andrew's drawn a couple land. He needs to drop that Wasteland and waste Kurt now. There we go.
Yep, hitting the Taiga. Kurt, not really a lot of outs at this point. He can draw a land and then draw a Punishing Fire. Hopefully that land is a Grove of the Burden Wells for his sake.
What do we draw here?
Forgotten Cave.
Forgotten Cave. I would not cycle this.
Oh my god, that's half of your out.
Maze
of Ith. Oh! Who's the freaking genius now?
Yeah.
Maze of Ith, holding off Parasitic Strix.
Yep, and now we see a Tarmogoyf that Andrew draws. That's a good one, right?
Okay, Maze of Ith successfully keeps Parasitic Strix out of the red zone.
Right. Clock has been reactivated here when he plays the Goyf. Captain Tarmogoyf. The captain of the bug team. Alright, okay.
So that's a land. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Remember, Maze of Ith can still hold off the Tarmogoyf. If he draws a Punishing Fire, he can kill the Strix and be back under control. Loosely.
Loose control.
He has Abrupt Decay also.
I think Andrew is out of Wastelands. Remember, he wasted early twice this game, and that was the 3rd Wasteland, so...
It's not clear in boarding life from the loam, though. I know I sure would.
That's true, yeah. Force of Will. He kept all the forces. We were... in that Brainstorm he's holding...
He actually boarded in Force of Will, because there's only 2 Force of Will's main deck, and this is his 3rd Force of Will.
He loves Force of Will.
And you know what? God bless him. Look how this game's going.
What did Kurt draw? That's the question.
Probably Shivan Dragon or something, or Juzam Jin. He has Legacy. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, who knows? He has a Green Sun Zenith, which is awful. If he, what we could have seen here, if he didn't draw that Force the last turn, a 3rd land would let you have a Neither Realm Clear. Look how big that would be. That thing would be humongous.
Be like way out there.
Way out there. Well, now the 2nd Goyf pretty much puts us in a
clock.
situation of death here.
And that's game.
That's it, yeah.
Kurt Crane packs in his cards. Andrew Tenjum in a interesting victory. It was a little weird, but it was definitely the some of the most real Magic that we've seen all day.